Hello everyone, I'm Natalie and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would keep it on the Earth moons and continue with the Virgo moon today. I like the Virgo moon because it just doesn't take a lot to make a Virgo moon happy. So a Virgo moon enjoys doing things like tasks, errands, like they actually enjoy doing these things because they like to be useful. They don't mind helping people. If anything, they'll be the first ones to offer assistance, to offer their help, to offer their advice. They come off as like cold and unemotional, but they just don't really feel comfortable expressing love in very like over-the-top affectionate ways. I think Virgo moons can be kind of skeptical when it comes to anything really. They're not going to be the ones to just immediately jump into a relationship. I like that Virgo moons appreciate the small things in life, appreciate the mundane kind of things like day-to-day routines and activities. That is kind of what keeps a Virgo moon sane, is having some kind of stability and structure and organization. Because Virgo is a very micromanaging kind of sign. I think of Virgo as like being kind of all over the place because it is mutable. It's like doing all of these tasks, doing work, doing like things, moving around everywhere, getting shit done. The Virgo sun could have like different placements to where they don't really feel the need to always be like that. But a Virgo moon, since the moon is like your instincts, that is what will make you feel secure and nurtured. They're not always gonna be very flashy with what they do. If anything, they prefer to not be in the spotlight. They prefer to not have all this attention thrown at them because they don't want people to see them and criticize their work and their efforts because they themselves are very critical of themselves. So the moon is like your mind. So if your mind is ruled by Mercury, the Virgo Mercury, the analytical Mercury, your mind is very critical. But I don't think that it's always a bad thing. I think that Virgo moons are very like, they can see details, they can see little things, and their minds immediately, they're like the gears are turning and they're structuring things all the time mentally. A Virgo moon is very self-aware. They're aware of themselves, they're aware of their body. And Virgo moons who choose to ignore that self-awareness, like say they eat very unhealthily, or they do drugs, or they drink all the time, or they surround themselves in nasty, disgusting environments. It's similar to Pisces. I mean, it's the opposite side of Pisces. Pisces kind of soaks up everything that it's near because it's Neptune. Virgo moons, you kind of take that and it clumps up into your mind, and your mind becomes very chaotic and messy. So it's like that critical nature that you have in your mind, it starts coming on to you, and you start criticizing yourself, and you start being critical of what you feel you haven't done. Virgo moons feel like they never do enough, like they never get enough done. It's hard for Virgo moons to relax. They just always have to be doing something. And that's why Virgo moons, they like to help people. They like to do things for other people. They don't express their love in ways that are like, you know, super emotional. They do things for you. They'll do your chores. They'll clean your room for you. They'll pick up your dry cleaning. I don't know, just like little things. They're nurturing in like a physical sense. Virgo moons are actually really good listeners. And I think that because they like to help people so much, like if they can't physically help you, they're gonna want to give you advice. They're gonna want to like look at your life and try to structure it for you. And you know, some people aren't appreciative of that because, you know, a lot of people don't like to be told what to do. And not that, I don't think it's Virgos like telling people what to do necessarily, like you need to do this and this and this, like an Aries moon or something. A Virgo moon is like they do it because they know that it will help you. So I think people who need some kind of structure in their lives, like need some kind of organization, can really benefit from a Virgo moon being in their lives, like helping them get their shit together, because Virgo moons, they just know how to do that better than anyone else. But what happens a lot of times with the Virgo moon, because Virgo is the sign of service, so what happens is they do everything. They do so much. I feel like a Virgo moon is really shy with their inner needs. Like they're not going to be the ones who kind of demand for their needs to be met. They're kind of going to do everything around them first and then take care of themselves. And that is something that a Virgo moon struggles with, because since you put yourself last, you're always going to feel like nothing you do is good enough. You're always going to feel like none of your efforts are really worth it, or no one appreciates your efforts because you don't really like speak up in a way. But I don't think that it's that you have to be assertive or you have to be demanding or anything. I think it's just, I mean, ask yourself, why do I feel like nothing is good enough? Maybe there's a part of you deep within you that needs your own nurturing abilities. The way that you nurture in a very structured way, in a way that puts things together, maybe there's parts of you that need that kind of attention. That attention that only you can give to someone. You need to give that to yourself too. Virgo moons can feel really overwhelmed easily and feel like a lot of pressure on things because they have this like pressure on them where everything has to be perfect. So since the moon represents the mother, you might have kind of picked up on all of this energy, especially like the critical kind of energy towards yourself from your mother. Maybe your mother was like that towards you. Maybe she came off to you as someone very critical, very hard on you. Like she wanted you to always have the best grades. She wanted you to always look perfect and presentable. So she might have been kind of nagging to you to always get your shit done. And then so you kind of took on that kind of energy and mindset too. Maybe your mom very much like instilled in you that you had to be helpful and of use. Maybe in the more positive part, your mom could have been someone who helped out like her community a lot, or her family, or did a lot of like, you know, service kind of work, like maybe even like volunteer work or something. Not all the time, but maybe she just kind of taught you how important that was, to do things for others, to always be of service to others. And when you didn't, you know, on the more negative side, she could have been very hard on you, very critical of you. And because of that, it's kind of like, you know, what we think about ourselves ends up being like our parents' voice, what they said to us. So your criticism towards yourself and others could just be your mother's voice speaking through your head. Virgo moons are really smart. I've never met a Virgo moon who wasn't like super intelligent. I think their minds are just very analytical. They're able to take something really, really complicated that other people, like when you read it or learn about it, you're just like, I want to blow my brains out. Virgo moons are like, oh, I get it. Like they can just handle complicated shit, handle complicated information. They can handle people's complicated issues because they are able to redefine them and make it something simpler. Since your mind is ruled by Mercury, Virgo moons are really good at communicating in a way where it's like just to the point. It's articulate, it's precise communication, and they are really good with like debates, even like writing. They're really good at writing. They're good at forming their thoughts that are like kind of jumbled, and they can be complex in their mind, but when they put them out into writing or in a conversation with the way that they express themselves, any kind of communicative expression, they are able to form it into coherent phrases and statements that are simple for people to understand. I don't mind lives that to the rest of the world would be seen as boring. To a Virgo moon, doing like the routine daily things, that is comforting to a Virgo moon. That helps them. And I think when Virgo moons don't have anything to do, like when they don't have a job or anything, like I think it's advisable for Virgo moons to find a hobby or find like something that they want to do or something that they can take care of, because they want to take care of things. They want to be of use to other people. And I kind of feel bad for Virgo moons because things that you do for people, they never are noticed. And it's because you're so humble about it. And it can be unappreciated with selfish people. And I think that you should, just be aware of that. Be aware of the people that you are helping. If they are not willing to do shit for you, maybe you shouldn't do so much for them. And I know it's hard, but you gotta help yourself too. Overall though, I honestly really like Virgo moons. I appreciate you guys because I think that you always say what needs to be heard with people. They're really like tender and caring and kind deep down. It just takes them a while to open up and be comfortable with people, but when they are, like when they're comfortable and they really love you, they'll be someone that you can always rely on. I don't think that Virgo moons are underachievers. I think that they are the best at whatever they choose to do. And if that means staying in a comfortable environment, in a comfortable job where they have mastered these little tasks and they do it well because they'll do it better than anyone, how is that being an underachiever? That means that you are successful at whatever you have chosen to put your energy into. You will become the best at it because you can see every little detail of it. Virgo moons are really hardworking people in that way. You do a lot for the people that you care about. And I just want you to know that without you, a lot of people's lives would turn to shit. Because you're probably the one that helps pick people up a lot. Just remember to help yourself out too. Finding time to rest and take care of your body is really important, especially for Virgo moons, because you are more sensitive to that. You really do strive to do everything to perfection and to the best that it can be. So rather than seeing your efforts as not being good enough, realize that everything that you do it well and you do it to the best of your abilities. So that is good enough. So that is the moon in Virgo. Thank you for watching.